Nitrogen. An element often overlooked, yet it is the very breath of life. All living organisms, from the towering redwoods to the smallest insects, require nitrogen to build their proteins and DNA. While nitrogen gas makes up a significant portion of the Earth's atmosphere, it exists in a form unusable for most living things. It is the remarkable nitrogen cycle, a natural process of conversion and transformation that makes this crucial element available to the web of life. This cycle is a delicate dance between the air, soil, and living organisms, ensuring the continuation of life as we know it. The nitrogen cycle is a fascinating journey of transformation, with nitrogen moving through various forms and locations. It is a story of invisible processes happening all around us, from the depths of the soil to the highest branches of trees. Understanding the nitrogen cycle is key to appreciating the interconnectedness of life on Earth, and recognizing the importance of protecting this vital process for generations to come. The journey of nitrogen begins with nitrogen fixation. Nitrogen gas, abundant in the atmosphere, is inert and cannot be utilized directly by most organisms. Nitrogen fixation is the process where certain types of bacteria convert atmospheric nitrogen gas into a usable form. These microscopic heroes, known as nitrogen-fixing bacteria, possess the remarkable ability to transform nitrogen gas into ammonia. Some of these bacteria live freely in the soil, while others form symbiotic relationships with specific plants, such as legumes. These bacteria reside in nodules on the roots of these plants, providing them with a direct source of usable nitrogen. The process of nitrogen fixation is essential, because it is the primary pathway for nitrogen to enter the ecosystem in a form that other organisms can use. Without nitrogen fixation, the nitrogen cycle would be disrupted, and life on Earth would be drastically different. Once nitrogen is fixed into ammonia, another group of bacteria takes over in the next stage of the cycle, nitrification. This process involves the conversion of ammonia into nitrates, which are even more readily absorbed by plants. Nitrification is a two-step process, each step facilitated by specific types of nitrifying bacteria. In the first step, ammonia-oxidizing bacteria convert ammonia into nitrite. These bacteria obtain energy from this conversion, releasing nitrite into the soil. In the second step, nitrite-oxidizing bacteria convert nitrite into nitrate. Nitrate is the form of nitrogen that most plants can easily absorb through their roots. This two-step process of nitrification is crucial because it transforms nitrogen into a form that is readily available to plants, the primary producers in most ecosystems. With nitrates now present in the soil, plants can finally take up this essential nutrient through their roots. This process is known as assimilation. Plants utilize the absorbed nitrates to synthesize crucial molecules like proteins, nucleic acids, and chlorophyll. These nitrogen-containing compounds are essential building blocks for plant growth and development. Animals in turn obtain their nitrogen by consuming plants or other animals that have consumed plants. Assimilation is a vital link in the food chain, transferring nitrogen from the soil to plants and subsequently to animals. This process highlights the interconnectedness of all living organisms and the critical role of nitrogen in supporting life. Section 5. Ammonification. Back to the beginning. The nitrogen cycle is a continuous loop, and the next stage brings us back to a familiar form, ammonia. When organisms die, decomposers such as bacteria and fungi break down the complex nitrogen-containing organic matter in their bodies. This process, known as ammonification, releases ammonia back into the soil. This ammonia can then undergo nitrification again, continuing the cycle. Ammonification ensures that the nitrogen locked up in dead organisms is not lost from the ecosystem. Instead, it is recycled back into a form that can be utilized by plants, ensuring a continuous supply of this essential nutrient. Section 6. Denitrification, returning to the atmosphere. The final stage of the nitrogen cycle is denitrification, a process that returns nitrogen back to the atmosphere. Certain types of bacteria, known as denitrifying bacteria, carry out this crucial step. These bacteria thrive in oxygen-poor environments, such as waterlogged soils. Under these conditions, they use nitrate as an alternative electron acceptor in their respiration process, converting it back into nitrogen gas. This nitrogen gas is then released back into the atmosphere, completing the cycle. Denitrification helps to regulate the amount of nitrogen in the soil and prevents the excessive buildup of nitrates, which can be detrimental to some organisms and ecosystems. This process ensures a balance in the nitrogen cycle, preventing one form of nitrogen from accumulating excessively. Section 7. Visualizing the cycle, the nitrogen flow. To better understand the intricate dance of nitrogen, imagine a circular flowchart. At the top, we have the vast atmospheric reservoir of nitrogen gas. An arrow descends, representing nitrogen fixation, carrying the gas down to the soil. Here it transforms into ammonia and then, through nitrification, into nitrates. Plants, represented by a verdant leaf, draw these nitrates up through their roots. Animals, symbolized by a grazing herbivore, obtain nitrogen by consuming these plants. Upon their death, decomposers break down their remains, releasing ammonia back into the soil. Finally, an arrow ascends from the soil, depicting denitrification, returning nitrogen gas back to the atmosphere, completing the cycle. This visual representation highlights the interconnectedness of the different stages and the continuous flow of nitrogen through the ecosystem. It emphasizes the importance of each step in maintaining a balanced and healthy environment. Section 8. The delicate balance of nature. The nitrogen cycle is a testament to the intricate balance of nature. Each process is precisely orchestrated, ensuring a constant supply of this vital element to all living organisms. Disruptions to this delicate balance, whether natural or human-induced, can have cascading effects on the entire ecosystem. For example, excessive use of nitrogen-based fertilizers in agriculture can lead to nutrient pollution in waterways, causing harmful algal blooms and oxygen depletion. Understanding the delicate balance of the nitrogen cycle is crucial for sustainable living. We must strive to minimize our negative impacts and adopt practices that promote the health of this vital process. Section 9. Human impact on the nitrogen cycle. While the nitrogen cycle is a natural process, human activities have significantly altered its balance. The widespread use of synthetic nitrogen fertilizers in agriculture has led to a dramatic increase in the amount of nitrogen entering the environment. This excess nitrogen can have detrimental effects on ecosystems, leading to soil acidification, groundwater contamination, and the release of potent greenhouse gases. Furthermore, the burning of fossil fuels releases nitrogen oxides into the atmosphere, contributing to air pollution and acid rain. Recognizing our impact on the nitrogen cycle is the first step towards mitigating its negative consequences. By adopting sustainable agricultural practices, reducing fossil fuel consumption, and investing in alternative energy sources, we can help restore balance to this vital cycle. Section 10. The future of nitrogen, sustainability, and stewardship. As we move towards a future with a growing global population and increasing demands on our planet's resources, sustainable management of the nitrogen cycle becomes paramount. This requires a multifaceted approach, including reducing our reliance on synthetic nitrogen fertilizers, optimizing nitrogen use efficiency in agriculture, and mitigating nitrogen emissions from industrial processes. Furthermore, promoting research and innovation in areas such as biological nitrogen fixation and nitrogen-efficient crops can pave the way for a more sustainable future. The future of the nitrogen cycle, and indeed the health of our planet, depends on our collective efforts to become responsible stewards of this essential process. By understanding the intricate connections within this cycle and the impact of our actions, we can create a more sustainable and thriving future for all. Section 11. Conclusion: an essential cycle for life. The nitrogen cycle, often unseen and underappreciated, is a fundamental process that sustains life on Earth. From the smallest bacteria to the largest animals, all living organisms depend on this intricate cycle for their survival. As we have explored, this cycle involves a delicate balance of processes, each playing a crucial role in ensuring a continuous supply of this essential element. By understanding the nitrogen cycle and our impact on it, we can make informed choices to protect this vital process for generations to come. Let us strive to be responsible stewards of our planet, ensuring that the breath of life continues to flow through all living things.